When I was 17, I had an upperclassmate in high school who killed himself right before graduation. I wasn't the closest friend, but we were in the same social circle. Two of my very good friends were closer to him. Back in the days, we used to write letters. There was no cell phone to message on. We had exchanged letters, and I knew sometimes my friend was bothered. He would write some things like, oh, what's the purpose of living kind of statements. He would draw some morbid pictures. He would come in the morning, look like he didn't sleep. He looked just very distressed and very down. So I could tell, like when he would walk into school, like, oh, he didn't have a good evening or the morning. My good friends would notice it right away too, and they would go and talk to him and try to cheer him up. And for me, I was like, well, my friends are already asking him, and he was known by the school counselor. He was talking to someone, I believe, and I think his mother kind of was somewhat aware of the situation. I didn't really include myself in that reaching out. I would be there smiling, but I didn't want to be too intrusive and ask him, how are you? What are you going through? I'm available for you. I wasn't able to do that when I was 17. I was younger. But he did. He did kill himself. He was 18, and every time I think about the topic of suicide, or every year in September when the Suicide Prevention Month comes around, I always think about him. And it's been 32 years since he died. You can do the math. If he's alive, he would have been 50 years old. And I still think about him to this day, 3 decades later. I'll probably be thinking about him, many decades later too. And I think about that lost life. And unfortunately, many of us do know someone who had killed themselves. And this is the way I try to contribute back into this community and into this world to prevent any more losses. Unfortunately, suicide is something that has been around for forever in mankind. We probably all know somebody that has died of suicide, and as family or friends or like an acquaintance, we probably know someone. Or sometimes there's like a famous celebrity who ends up killing themselves. That impacts us too. There's a lot of research that's been conducted that says if somebody's thinking about suicide, they do want to talk about it. They may not know how to, but if you're that friend, if you're that one acquaintance, that one person from work or in the school, your classmate, and somebody asks, hey, are you okay? You want to just hang out? Let's go do something. I'm here to listen. And that part of active listening is very important. Don't try to judge what they're saying. Don't minimize what they have said to you. Just listen. And active listening really means that, of course, you're paying attention, and sometimes you just kind of repeat back what they said. So, hey, buddy, I heard you say you really felt kind of down after you failed that test today. Yeah, did I get it right? Did I hear you right? I want to make sure I heard you correctly. Just repeating back in your own words what you heard your friend say, that's very validating for that friend who's struggling. Sometimes we may not feel like we're equipped. Are we listening enough? How do we listen? Some people are not very talkative, so they don't know necessarily how to respond, but your body language, that you're showing your sincerity, that you care, you make eye contact, you really pay attention to them, you're not on your cell phone as you're trying to listen to someone. So your body language, your facial expression, make sure they know you are fully attending to them. That's important too, because your body language communicates, I care about what you're going through and I want to be there for you. Don't be afraid to use that word, suicide. Talking about it or mentioning about suicide is not going to give that idea to that person. I think about myself as how I was when I was only 17, in doing what I could do and watching my friends do more than what I did. And part of it is that question of, could I have done more? Yeah, maybe, sure. But I don't beat myself up over it. And I do things like this to impact, to prevent suicide. I don't want to lose anyone. I don't want to lose anyone, in addition.